I'm going to tell you how to stop worrying about money so that you'll always have the certainty that you'll have some, or you can manifest some, or you can attract some, or get some legally, morally, right? But you need to know how to stop worrying about the stuff, because basically all that's doing is keeping you and money apart. I'm Trevor Emdon. Please, before I go any further, I'm an international success coach. Like this video, click the little, the thumbs uppy thing, whichever way around it is. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell beside that so that you'll always get notified of new videos. And make sure you check out the link in the description below this video where you'll find out how I manifested, attracted, whatever word you want to use, a total stranger who paid my mortgage at a time when I thought I was going to become homeless. So make sure you do that. So what's the secret? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you a number of secrets, and we're going to do them in little videos. So this is secret number one, and it's going to blow your mind, all right? Because secret number one is there is no such thing as money. Oh, what have I just said? There's no such thing as money. Of course there's such a thing as money. Are you insane? Well, yeah, there is a concept that we call money, but really it's just an agreement between folks that it exists, right? It's just a tool for exchanging goods and services. So trying to manifest money, trying to attract money, trying to make money for its own self is kind of ridiculous. You can't attract money, right? So let's break this down for you. I know you think I'm insane right now. It's okay, I'm willing to take that. Okay, but hear me out, because once this light bulb went on for me, making money, attracting money, whatever you want to call it, became so simple. Because by saying, well, I need to manifest money or attract money or make money, we are actually looking at the wrong thing. Money is a byproduct of a process, right? In itself, it doesn't exist. It's a bit like, I don't know, trying to attract steam, which is a byproduct of boiling water. What I mean is this. Money changes hands because people want to exchange things. They want to swap stuff. Okay, so if we go right back to, the dawn of history, time, agriculture maybe. Right, so let's say you've got some chickens and your neighbor has some cows. And your neighbor wants some eggs and you want some milk. Well, now you could just have a chat over the fence and say, well, I tell you what, neighbor, you give me a few pints of your milk, and for every pint you give me, I'll give you so many eggs from my chickens. Deal. Now you've got a swap going on. That's it, you've got an exchange. But the problem is, what happens when you want some, I don't know, bread? Now the neighbor doesn't have wheat or flour. You've got to go and get some. And that means you've either got to put some eggs in your pocket or carry some milk around and go to the baker's or the market or wherever you would go in those days for bread and try and see and maybe they'll say, well, I don't need any eggs. I've got chickens of my own. If you want some bread, you need to give me something else I want. I want lamb chops or whatever they might want, right? So money is just a convenient way of getting past all of that razzmatazz. It's just a tool for exchanging stuff. It doesn't have any emotional attachment at all. It cannot make you happy. That's a ridiculous idea. Go get some money out of your... Here, I've got some here, I think. Right? Here we are. Here is a good old British £5 note. Now, let me see if I can get any happiness out of it. Nope. Rub it on my heart. Nope. Not making me feel any better. I know my heart's not quite up there, but I can't get the camera down there. Not making me feel any better at all. It is just, well, it's actually got a plasticky paper these days, but it's just a piece of paper, right, with some ink on it and some pictures. It can't make you happy or unhappy. Having lots of it, not having enough of it, whatever. That's from inside you, right? So What's the secret then? What's the secret to doing it? Okay, so once you're not trying to attract the money. What you need is to understand why people want to give you some of this, whether it's eggs or milk or some of these or dollar bills or whatever it is that you call money where you live. And mostly these days it's electronic blips from, I can use my phone and you go and buy stuff these days. In fact, we're in the middle of the COVID epidemic at the moment. Most people around these parts anyway don't actually want cash. They don't want to handle it. So it's just a beep, and your goods are exchanged. You get your coffee or your fuel for your car or whatever it is you're buying from an electronic blip. I don't even know how it works. There's nothing physical involved. So what you need to understand is that people will give you that when you do something of value, something they value. Now, within the chicken and the eggs and milk example, if you're the chicken owner, you've got eggs, but you want some milk, so you can make scrambled eggs or whatever, right? So now the farmer next door with the cows, his produce is of value to you. But if you're, lactose intolerant, you ain't going to want his milk, right? So it's only when there's something that's of value to you personally, whether it's something as simple as or as basic as eggs or milk, or whether it's something as intangible as coaching or some kind of therapy service. Whatever it is, there has to be value. There has to be a result that the other person can see that you can help them get. That's it. That's the key, is that you provide value. Now you might say, well, I don't know anything, I don't have anything, I don't have chickens or cows, and I certainly don't know how to do any coaching or any therapy, and what are you talking about? And that's all wrong. Go and look on YouTube or Instagram at the teenagers who are making a fortune talking about things like, I know these are usually young women, but how to paint your nails or how to braid your hair, or I need some of that. Stuff that, and they're making a fortune, right? People all over the place have problems they need solving. And you do not need to be like a super world-class expert to do that. You only need to know a bit more than the people who don't know anything. Right? You don't need, I play the guitar, right? I've been playing most of my life. But when I started, I learned 3 chords, C, G, and D seventh. And once my fingers would change those chords in time, when I didn't have to go, that finger goes there, that finger goes there. When I could do it, once I could do that, 3 chords. Now, that doesn't make me a virtuoso guitarist. That doesn't make me a world-class player. But with those 3 chords, 3 of the most basic chords you can play on a guitar, I discovered that I could play hundreds of tunes. Right? Now, somebody else who doesn't play guitar, they would say, how do you play those 3 chords? Right? Now, somebody who's a bit more advanced wants to know some finger picking patterns, or some different chords, or some jazz chords maybe, or some scales. But right at the beginning, C, G, and D seventh is enough to put you streets ahead of the people who started where you were when you couldn't play C, G, and D seventh. No matter what you do, think of all the people in your life, friends, relatives, your kids if you've got them, who've ever said to you, can you help me out here a bit? How do you do X? How do you get that effect in your photographs? How do you make a cake that comes out of the oven and is so light and fluffy? How do you cook rice so well? There's a billion things, right? So, go ahead, start putting stuff out there. You can put it online, you can put it on YouTube. You only need one of these now to make a video. And practically everybody's got one of these, a smartphone of some kind, right? I'm talking to you on a laptop. It's got its own webcam. But most of us have this technology in our pockets and purses now. So there's no excuse. You can attract money by giving something of value. So, in the next video in this series, How to Stop Worrying About Money, I'm going to talk to you about having the self-belief that you can do this. Okay? So, hope that's helpful. Don't forget, click the link in the description below and find out how I attracted a total stranger who paid my mortgage and saved my home. See you in the next one.